Hey everybody, my name is Philip Shepard. I'm a local real estate agent here in Northwest Arkansas. And today we're going to be talking about the perfect day in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Rather, my perfect day in Fayetteville, Arkansas. So let's talk about that. All right, in case you've watched my videos for over a minute, you'll notice behind me there's no background. It's because I'm still doing construction here. We're 2 weeks in, and I hope that this is the final week. And so let me kind of give you a quick update video of like what's been done here so far. And we're back for an update. Atticus, what are you doing? What do you want to say? Ready? Okay, sounds good. Okay, update time. We have Retro Man still smoking a cigarette. It's been going for a while. Got doors, we're good there. This door will go over yonder, there, and then screen door over there too. So floors are done, paint is done, trim is done. We're moving along. Set up table, equipped with LaCroix. Notice that this hall is being destroyed little by little. Ignore the dishes. Air fryer. So all flooring is done. I have a wash machine again. Wow, what is that? Haven't had that for a minute. Let's see, dirty clothes, disgusting, because I had to do laundry. This is being worked on. New everything coming here soon. It's coming along. What we got over here? Going over here. And Atticus, good job. Done. And yeah, all right, we're coming along. And that is the update. Hopefully I can get that done very soon and just kind of get back to normal life. And thanks for watching this video. If you are watching this, obviously, unless you're from the future, and that'd be kind of weird. But if you are watching this, definitely like and subscribe to the video. It helps me out a lot because I try to get my content out to anyone who's looking to move to Northwest Arkansas. I really do believe that Northwest Arkansas is the best place to live in America. And I want to make sure my content gets to everyone who can see it. So liking and subscribing makes a big difference. So thanks a lot, guys. All right, so let's talk about my perfect day in Fayetteville, Arkansas. And the first thing that I would start off with, my perfect day in Fayetteville, Arkansas, is the fact that like every person out there, I have to start with coffee most of the time. Most days I have to start with coffee. And the coffee that I would choose to start with in Fayetteville is 7 Brew. Now I should clarify, 7 Brew isn't specific to Fayetteville. There's a lot of locations in the local area. It is a local place, like a homegrown place, and it has grown substantially over the last couple of years. But I'm gonna start my day with 7 Brew. And on the menu itself, I'm probably gonna do like a German chocolate, iced German chocolate. So there's all sorts of different things you can get at 7 Brew. The thing that I love about 7 Brew itself is that when I first went there, when I first got here, I didn't even know anything about 7 Brew. So I went there, I was amazed because everyone is so nice there. They actually strike up a conversation like, what are you doing? How's life? Etc. And on top of that, they move very efficiently, like with everything. They have such a small footprint of their coffee shop. You can get in and out of there so fast, whether with your car or just walking up there. And so it was just amazing to see such a small venue produce so much coffee so fast and make it so good. And one of the fun things that happens with 7 Brew is they have like a rewards membership stamp card. Every 10 drinks, you get a free drink. And so every time I fill up my stamp card, I'm like, you know what, this is the last stamp card. I'm gonna pause for a minute. I'm not gonna get any more 7 Brew. And then that next day rolls around, there I am again. And on top of that, every Tuesday is double stamp day. And so I'm like, oh, I have to go on Tuesday because it's double stamp day, of course. It's just a vicious cycle, it never ends, let's just be honest. Get my 7 Brew, and the next thing I'm gonna probably be doing is, since I moved to Northwest Arkansas for the trail system, I'm definitely gonna be hitting up Kessler Mountain. Now, for me, I bought a house near Kessler Mountain. So literally I live at the base of Kessler Mountain. So I run up Kessler all the time. So I kind of live my perfect day automatically. But today I'm gonna be running up Kessler again. And so I'm gonna be doing probably like a 6 or 8 mile run up Kessler and back down. But the nice thing with Kessler is that it's so diverse with the way that they do their trail system. It can be a nice, flat, manicured path all the way to very aggressive terrain. And there's one part of Kessler Mountain on the far east side of Kessler. There's this really hard grind up of a mountain that if you want to get some real intense training in, there's a spot for you. And it is by far intense, to say the least. So I'm done with Kessler. I'm ready to move on to the next thing. And the thing I'm thinking about next is, I want to cool down a little bit and I want to kind of have some fun. So I'm going to head over to Lake Fayetteville and jump on a scooter. One of the funnest things, if anything out of this video, one of the funnest things that you can do when you come to Fayetteville, Arkansas to take a trip and visit here is go to Lake Fayetteville and jump on a scooter. There's nothing funner than, doing a couple loops around all Lake Fayetteville. It's a 5 mile loop, and so you can get across on a scooter probably in about like 20 minutes, 30 minutes if you take your time. If you crash your scooter a couple times, that's a joke. You won't crash your scooter, don't worry. But it's fun to make the loops around Lake Fayetteville because it's gorgeous. There's so many trails. There's a good chance you're gonna see a ton of deer. You'll actually drive through the botanical gardens. You'll see all sorts of different sites on Lake Fayetteville. It's a great place to bring friends and family and to just enjoy the whole area because it's nicely shaded, it's cool, and you get a lot of fun out there, and who doesn't love riding scooters, you know? So I'm done riding my scooters, it's been a trip, made a couple loops, saw the waterfalls, saw the lake, and the next thing I'm thinking about, you know, I'm still pretty hot from the run. I'm gonna be jumping in a kayak. So I'm going to go to Lake Fayetteville, and there's actually like a marina on Lake Fayetteville. I'm gonna rent a kayak with some of my friends, and we're gonna go kayak all around Lake Fayetteville. And the nice thing is that Lake Fayetteville is actually a decent sized lake. They don't allow motors on there and stuff like boat motors. What you can do is you can kayak, you can like put your boat out there, and you can just go fish. And they do allow trolling motors, but not actual like full on motors. And so the nice thing is you can go out there, you can take a bunch of photos, you can fish if you want to. And so it's a big enough lake that you can put a lot of people on there and you're never gonna bump into anybody. So it's really like a perfect lake and kind of like the center-ish of town that you can just go out there, ride some scooters, get some kayaks, you can fish, see some waterfalls. Once again, Lake Fayetteville is definitely the place to visit if you're coming out here. Check out Fayetteville. Also, that reminds me, I have a 3-day itinerary linked below. If you're looking to come down to Northwest Arkansas and see, you know, what are some of the amazing things to do down here, the 3-day itinerary will help you kind of guide you to those best things to do when you're down here. And the reason is because there's so much to do when you come down to Northwest Arkansas. So if you're into art, if you're into culture, if you're into food, if you're into sightseeing, or if you're into adventure or sports, there's an itinerary made for you. So the link's below, go ahead and download it. And also, when you do come down here, I can definitely give you the $10 tour to kind of give you a tour of the whole area. Plus, we can see some homes and see how far your dollar can go in Northwest Arkansas. Coffee is done, running's done, scooters are done, kayaking is done, or fishing. And now I'm thinking, you know what? I haven't eaten since morning. You know, 7 Brew filled me up because it is quite delicious. I'm going to be jumping over to next to Lake Fayetteville again. You're starting to see a trend here. There's a large food truck area right next to Lake Fayetteville. So there's probably like 10 different food trucks located right next to Lake Fayetteville, from sushi to Chinese to Mexican to American food to vegan food to all sorts of different foods exist right in this food truck area next to Lake Fayetteville. So personally, what I'm going to do is go to the Chinese food place right there and order something probably pretty terrible that's delicious, of course, something lo mein with chicken, something along those lines. All right, so now I'm full, and the next thing I'm starting to think about is more fun. Of course, it's Fayetteville. There's so much to do here. So I'm thinking about going to Arkadia Retrocade, one of my favorite places and one of the hidden gems in Fayetteville, Arkansas. It is a massive place where you can find hundreds of retrocade games, like arcade games and 64 games, all sorts of things that you could imagine that you might have either seen or grown up with. Definitely go to Arkadia Retrocade because the fact that they have endless amounts of games there. And on top of that, bring all of your friends, all of your family, all of your kids, because it only costs $5 to get in and you can spend all day there. I really love the Retrocade because it's a great place that there's so much diversity and everything that you can bring a kid there, you can bring 5 kids there. They have a birthday party set up as well, so you want to do birthday parties there. You can just let them loose inside the building and they're going to find a game or something fun to do within that building because there's so much to do inside of the Retrocade. I love it. All right, so most likely, honestly, I'm going to probably spend like 2 hours at the Retrocade because there's so much to do there. And now I'm thinking about food. And in Fayetteville, there's one place I'd always recommend going to if you're in Fayetteville, if you're into barbecue, and that's Wright's Barbecue. Wright's Barbecue is kind of located in Johnson, which is kind of adjacent to Fayetteville. It's kind of all one and the same place. Definitely go to Wright's Barbecue because that's where I'm going to go. I'm probably going to be doing some sort of burnt end sandwich with some sausage. There's my Chicago sausage, macaroni and cheese, and some sort of drink. They have some of the best barbecue that I've ever had. It's definitely the best barbecue in NWA by far, and it definitely competes with KC barbecue as well as some Texas barbecue. If you're a barbecue fanatic or if you are just like into that scene, definitely check out Wright's. You will not be disappointed. It is a gem. Everyone knows about it around here. And I'd highly recommend that you get there early because it is one of those places when it's out, it's out. So once again, I've stuffed my face with food, Wright's Barbecue, no regrets ever with Wright's. I'm going to be looking to just go right down the street from Wright's Barbecue to JJ's Live. JJ's Live is a massive venue located on the north side of Fayetteville, near Wright's Barbecue actually, and they can have like 2,000 to 3,000 people located right in that venue. They have a pickleball tournament, they have a brewery right there. It's a great place because it's loaded with fun and excitement and all sorts of things to do. Part of the reason why I want to go to JJ's Live is because there's a good chance on a weekend they're going to have a great musical guest showing up at JJ's Live. Last weekend was Dashboard Confessional and Jimmy Eat World. We've had people like Ice Cube, Snoop Dogg, Ludacris, and all sorts of other wild guests that have come to JJ's Live and performed like locally right in Fayetteville. So once you get done with Wright's Barbecue, definitely check out JJ's Live because that's what I'm gonna be doing. All right, that's all I have for you guys today. Really appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for journeying with me on my perfect day in Fayetteville, Arkansas. And again, if you are thinking about coming down here, taking a trip to see if this is the place for you, definitely give me a call because when you are down here, let's look at some homes and let's see how far your dollar can go if you're thinking about moving to Northwest Arkansas. And also, don't forget to download my 3-day itinerary because it helps you stay focused on some of the most amazing things to do in Northwest Arkansas because there's so much to do when you come down here. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one.